Welcome back, guys. How's everyone doing? Realize I can't hear your responses, but it's nice to ask. See, last time I ended up having to re-record episode 5, which made the 4 so episodes after it completely useless, so I think I'm just going to record all the way up until episode 10 today. Then, gonna do Half-Life 2 for a little while, but you really don't care about that. You care about New Vegas right now. That's what I'm gonna give you. Last episode we came up to the small town of Prim to find out they'd been having some convict problems. And you know who's gonna solve those problems? This guy. Right there. Of course, I always find it nice to talk to the old NCR lieutenant here. Get what's going on. Then we get to go kill people.
Morning.
I know that's what
I'm
you want to see.
Lieutenant Hayes of the New California Republic Army, 5th Battalion, 1st Company. What's your business?
What are you doing out here?
We were sent out here to hold back the tide of convicts from the correctional facility. As you can probably tell, we aren't doing the kind of job we could be doing.
I just hit the mic. Oh well. What's the problem with your mission?
The mission isn't a problem. The problem is with supplies. Convicts are better armed and organized than our intel initially suggested. I'm trying to get some reinforcements here, maybe some guns with some firepower, but shit. Things are just going slow.
Do you have any information on the convicts?
Not much. They've taken to calling themselves powder gangers, mostly because they've taken to using the explosives meant to clear boulders as weapons. They got organized faster than I would have thought, most of them at least. Thankfully, the small group in town here seem to have split off from the main force, so they aren't getting anything in the way of support.
Tell me about the correctional facility.
Most people just call it NCRCF, that's NCR Correctional Facility. A little bit ago, the convicts there staged a coup, killed the guards that weren't able to escape, and I've been ransacking the area since then.
I don't have any other questions.
Goodbye.
Okay, maybe watching that's really boring. But now we get to go and have a little bit of fun. Probably start using this huge number of 9mm pistols that I've acquired. Got a lot of 9mm ammo too. Early game weapons, a lot of people use. Oh, mines. I'm going to take these. Maybe one. Two. Never know when you're going to need to backpedal and throw mines at something that's a lot more powerful than you. Like if I ever run into a Deathclaw. Let's see. Let's grab a Sunset Sarsaparilla here. Because there are some gentlemen around here. Guess not. Cursed powder gangers. Okay. Deputy Beagle's residence. I know. Scary music. That's not good. Anyway, the story about what happened to Prim is convicts took over. They killed the sheriff. Which means the sheriff's house is ripe for the picking. Sheriff McBain's corpse. Mrs. McBain. 10mm rounds. A sheriff's hat and a sheriff's duster. .308 long range. 10mm, 308. C. Really don't think there's anything else of interest in here, but check everything. And don't pick up coffee mugs. Those are useless. Bloody useless. Filing cabinets. Something I could sell. Like a decent store somewhere early game. If you were getting shot at. Reload! Gotta reload! Gotta kill! Gotta shoot them up before they shoot me up. Gotta shoot them up before they shoot me up. Okay, I have a 1% chance of shooting this guy and not killing him. But I'm feeling lucky. Lucky son of a bitch. I'm not gonna pull that shot off again, but still. I sent him running. And somehow made him non-hostile. I'm good with that. NCR money. Another 9mm pistol. Let's see. I don't need another varmint rifle. They're bloody crappy. I suppose if you know how to use them right. They're pretty nice, but I hate varmint rifles, so oh well. Oh, who's this guy? Mojave Express delivery order, 4 of 6. Oh, and look, I had express order 6 of 6. Because I'm Courier 6. Ha ha ha. Deliver the package to the north entrance to the Vegas Strip by way of Freeside. An agent of the recipient will meet you at the checkpoint. Take possession of the package and pay for the delivery. Bring the payment to Johnson Nash at the Mojave Express Agency in Prim. Bonus on completion, 250 caps. This package contains 2 oversized dice composed of fuzzy material. I would like the fuzzy dice. What happened to his fuzzy dice? I want the fuzzy dice. Oh, of course I don't get the fuzzy dice, do I? Nobody ever thinks that I was the one that wanted the fuzzy dice. I was the one that got the platinum chip that everybody wanted. I got shot in the head because of it. No, did anyone think, oh, maybe we could give this guy the fuzzy dice? They won't, no. Nope. That's just not how it happens. Anyway, I suppose we should head on over to the, old Vicky and Vance Casino. It's where all the residents of Prim are holed up. Right after I do one more check of this area, because I don't want to get shot at by some... Alright. Take a sip from your trusty Vault 13 canteen. Really love that thing. First time loading screen, loading a new cell.
I don't know what it was brought you to Prim, youngster, but you might want to rethink your plans. Town's gone to hell.
Who are you?
Johnson Nash is my name. Husband to Ruby Nash. Lived in Prim going on 8 years now, thick and thin. I'm a trader primarily, for what it's worth with things like they are. I also run the local Mojave Express outpost.
I'm a courier with the Mojave Express. What a coincidence.
Well, I don't got any work right now, sorry to say.
I lost a package I was supposed to deliver.
I'll tell you whatever I can. You have a delivery order you can show me?
What can you tell me about this job?
Oh, so you're talking about one of them packages. That job had strange written all over it, but we couldn't turn down the caps.
What was so strange about it?
That cowboy robot had us hire 6 couriers. Each was carrying something a little different. Pair of dice, chess piece, that kind of stuff. Last word I have from the office, it looked like payment had been received for the other 5 jobs. Guess it was just your chip that didn't make it. First deadbeat we hired to do the job canceled. Hope a storm from the divide skins him alive. Well, that's where you came in.
He canceled?
Yeah, I got this look when he saw you next down on the courier list. His expression turned right around. Asked me if your name was for real. I said, sure as lack of rain, you were still kicking. Then he turned down the job, just like that. I asked if he was sure it was good money. No, let Courier 6 carry the package. That's what he said. Like the Mojaves sort you out or something. Then he just up and walked out.
Do you know who he was? Or where he went?
No idea. Sounds like you two had a history for him to act like that. And turn down the money, too. Hope he didn't see any trouble in that package of yours. Maybe he thought your name was bad luck. Not for me to say.
That does play a lot into one of the DLCs coming out for New Vegas sometime, hopefully soon. You meet that guy. And apparently you do have a history. Not too sure on what happens. Some men stole my package. Men in a checkered suit and some thugs. They passed this way?
Well, now that you mention it, a few nights back, one of the townies was out scavenging for supplies. He said he saw a fellow with a daisy suit come through with some of them Great Con misfits. They was talking about a chip.
One of those men shot me. I need to know the best way to get to them.
Well, for that, your best bet is going to be talking to Deputy Beagle. Since they came to town, he was keeping a good bit of notes on them, and he was slinking around Bison Steve when your pretty boy friend came through. He may have heard where they were going.
I'd like to ask you about something else.
I guess I don't...
He don't have anywhere better to be. Where can I get information on the man that shot me?
Beagle had some notes he was taking while he was eavesdropping around the Powder gangsters. He'll be your best source of information on that subject.
I want to talk about the delivery I was supposed to make.
Sure, I'll tell you what I know.
Nothing.
Don't go getting yourself shot.
I'll try not to again. Wasn't fun last time. Prim residence. I see a safe. Not worth the karma penalty right now. Alright. See, to make it, or to continue on with the quest, we have to save Deputy Beagle now. He's holed up by the Powder Gangers across the street. So I think I'll leave that for next episode. Right now, meet Prim Slim.
Howdy, partner. Welcome to the Vicky and Vance Casino and Museum.
Who are you?
Prim Slim at your service. Authentic cowpoke and official spokesspot of the Vicky and Vance Casino and Museum. Yeehaw!
Who are Vicky and Vance?
Where have you been, partner? Hiding under a rock? Vicky and Vance were this nation's 4th or maybe 5th most infamous celebrity outlaw couple ever. That's who they was. Prim Slim here can tell you the whole story, if you can spare a minute to hear the tale.
Let's spare a minute.
Yahoo! I ain't had a chance to tell their tale in a mess of years. First things first, any bosh you've heard about Vicky and Vance being copycats ain't nothing but ill-tempered slander. Fact is, they begun their crime spree 2 days before Bonnie and Clyde robbed their first bank. So who was copying who? Now, true, Vicky and Vance didn't exactly cut a wide swath of murder and bank robbery across the central U.S. like Bonnie and Clyde did. It was more like a narrow swath of shoplifting, check cashing fraud, and gas pump drive-offs. But crime is crime. They drove reckless, too. Having lived by the gun, well, Vance owned one anyway, it was only fitting that the duo of desperados would die by the gun. Perhaps it was fate itself that accidentally drove them into a crossfire between police and a gang of bank robbers in Plano, Texas. Or maybe they just didn't notice until it was too late. It's been said that Vicky would have tried to cash a bad check in that bank, had she lived. We'll never know for sure. All we know is that the crossfire tore the car and both occupants to pieces, and the police issued an official apology. You can put your eyes on the genuine death car just over yonder, and there's Vance's machine gun in the case next to it.
Alright, bye guys.